I recently covered Cognizin Citicoline from Kiowa in a thorough video breakdown, and there was in fact a very impressive and robust list of structure function claims for what exactly it can do. As promised in that video, today we're going to revisit these structure and function claims a little bit deeper and discuss some of the research they're associated with. Starting out strong out of the gate on this one, let's science. First up, let's refresh. In terms of structure and function claims when it comes to Cognizin, there are 15 that are typically addressed in literature, and those specifically include that Cognizin supports focus and attention, your ability to stay focused, focusing on reducing errors on task, brain and cognitive health, providing nutritional support to the brain, nutritional support for attention and focus, energy utilization in the brain, memory, phospholipid metabolism in the brain, acetylcholine production, brain DNA synthesis and repair, brain cell signaling, dopamine and norepinephrine production, long-term brain health support, daily support for long-term brain health, and last but not least, from a structure claim, it contains 20% choline by weight. So, that is a pretty robust list, but I'm going to condense these together into groupings to keep the video within a reasonable length for one. And secondly, it makes sense to me at least to combine them into categories, as I feel it better tells a complete and succinct story of just what it can do in regards to supporting brain health overall, and that Cognizin supports focus, attention, and memory as it boils down to these main categories in the nootropic realm. Also, this video still won't be all-encompassing in terms of the depth of research, as I like to keep things in a more easily digestible time duration, so don't think that all these studies, although impressive, are the only ones supporting the aforementioned benefits. So, with that being said, let's dive in and start with brain health, which really stands out to me in this aspect. In Foverani's 2006 study, it was found in a meta-analysis performed the entire database available from the clinical studies performed with Citicoline that it confirms the experiential and experimental evidence from the animal studies repeatedly describing the multiple biological actions of Citicoline in restoring both the cell lipid structures and some neurotransmitter functions. In regards to Citicoline appearing useful for improving both the structural integrity and functionality of neuronal membrane that may assist in membrane repair, that was a topic highlighted in Conant's 2004 study. This same 2004 study was pretty impactful, as it supports several of the claims cited above, including those for focus and attention, retaining focus, supporting acetylcholine as well as dopamine and norepinephrine production, and as a positive findings regarding structural integrity and functionality play into the long-term brain health support aspect. That's pretty cool. From the age-related issues aspect of things regarding supporting long-term brain health, it was found in Babb's 2002 study that Citicoline increases phosphodiesterase, indicating that phospholipid synthesis and turnover were stimulated by 6 weeks of oral Citicoline ingestion, supporting previous study findings, and it suggests that the administration of the oral Citicoline Cognizin may be of use in reversing age-related changes in the brain. Lastly, regarding the main things I wanted to discuss from the brain health standpoint is the Cicadi's 2006 study, which suggests that Citicoline, such as Cognizin, when used for treatment of cerebrovascular disease and head trauma, it may be able to accelerate recovery from post-traumatic coma and neurological deficits, achieving an improved final functional outcome. Another cool part of the study's indications is that Citicoline has been shown to aid in several cognitive-related injuries and diseases potentially. Overall, this study found that Citicoline supplementation demonstrated the ability to speed up neuronal metabolism and neural tissue, upregulate neurotransmitters such as dopamine, norepinephrine, and acetylcholine, restore neuronal mitochondrial function, inhibit neurodegenerative apoptosis, and increase neuroplasticity. That's all some pretty impressive stuff, right? So, we're going to move on to the next section here for the bread and butter per se, or the star of the show. And let's take a deeper look at focus, attention, and memory supporting benefit research. That's what most of us know Cogs for these days, being in so many things. So let's start off with McLeod's 2015 study. Firstly, psychomotor speed is a crucial part of daily functioning, and it's critical to understand that when we cover the study. It's defined as the amount of time it takes to mentally and physically react to a stimulus. In other words, it's a speed of the connection between your mind and your muscles. Not as frustrating as your internet speed. Remember those days? As psychomotor speed slows down with age, nutritional strategies such as supplementing with Citicoline can help offset this decline and help us retain control of our physical environment in our advancing years. This is important to understand, as this study incorporated adolescent-aged males versus an older population as a sticking point with some of the studies. The age of the subjects gets questioned, and they aren't as necessarily considered an already healthy population, which is huge. The results here indicated that even in this presumably normal, healthy group, it was Cognizin that still demonstrated that these adolescent males receiving 28 days of Cognizin Citicoline showed improved attention and psychomotor speed and reduced impulsivity compared to adolescent males who received placebo. From the memory aspect, unfortunately, we all know that aging is one of the biggest things we all face, and memory can be one of the most brutally impacted areas. In a 2021 study, fortunately, we have some good news from the study that utilized a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study set out to examine the effect of Cognizin supplementation in 100 healthy adults between the ages of 50 and 85 in regards to their overall memory. An important explanation before I move on is that working memory is the amount of information you can juggle in your head at any given moment. It's a primary determinant of fluid intelligence. Episodic memory, on the other hand, is basically temporal spatial sequential memory. It refers to one ability to recall not only an object, but where and when it was encountered. With that said, subjects are randomly assigned to receive either a placebo or 500 milligrams of Cognizin daily. The treatment period lasts for 12 weeks, with the cognitive testing taking place at the beginning and the end of the study. It was found that the older adults taking Cognizin Citicoline did significantly better on these tests in visual spatial working memory, episodic memory, and overall memory performance. While this was a very brief examination of this study, it's pretty cool that this is considered the first of its kind and represents strong evidence that Cognizin Citicoline may help manage symptoms of age-associated memory impairment, and it's just the tip of the iceberg in the research to come on this topic. I've thrown a lot at you today, and I feel that there's still way more to cover, but there'll be another time. I do feel that these were the key elements that help highlight how profound Cognizin benefits can be when unleashed to display its potential, and these claims take nothing lightly. As you can see firsthand, the research is very thorough and very robust. Hopefully you found value in this, and if so, resharing is always appreciated. Until next time, this has been Formulator's Corner with Drew Peters, covering Kiowa's Cognizin and some of the impressive studies behind it.